At the start of every new year you will see your legacy, but you can open it before then. It's under report dialogues. Your legacy displays the game's win conditions. You need to have fulfilled 6 legacy goals by the end of Prohibition, turn 706. The first category is fame. Have the most net worth, control at least 30% of the map, have at least 7 captains. Other maps or DLC add their own unique goals, making winning even easier. Connections category. Have at least 15 people owe you favors, do business with a train station and a longshoreman's hall in your territory, elect a new mayor. The last one is from Shadow Government. Economy category. Produce and sell the most booze in the city. Have an exclusive agreement with a fancy hotel. Cincinnati and 4 out of 5 nationality DLCs add their own goal here. My boss is German, so she has to sell 2,500 cases of German lager by the end of the game. Last category is competitors. Take out at least half of the city's rival outfits and corner hooligans. Never trigger a vendetta with another outfit. Italian DLC adds a goal here. As a German in Pittsburgh using Shadow Government, I have 14 legacy goals in total, but I only need 6 to go down in history books like Al Capone. I started this game with 1 legacy goal already in the bag. I don't have a vendetta yet. That's always the goal that eludes me. Let's skip ahead to 1924 and see how we're doing. Already reached for goals. I did say it was easy. I have the highest net worth now, but still need to work on the territory and captains, bearing in mind I started the game as the 4th highest worth. I now have over 40 people owing me favors. Luckily there was a train station nearby, which is now part of my territory, and we did some business. You only need to have done business once for it to count. Same with the longshoremen's hall, which I haven't found yet. I haven't had the money to get involved in elections, and you need 80 influence to replace the mayor. With my 6 operations I'm number 2 in alcohol production, but last in selling it. I need more speakeasies. I haven't found a hotel so far on the map, and I don't even have a German lager brewery yet. They'll have to wait. As for competitors, a quarter of them have been taken out, and more than half of the corner hooligans. Good start, but now there's a vendetta against me. So I've lost the dividends of peace and can't get it back.
You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
This is what Pittsburgh looks like in late April 1924. There are 3 other outfits on the map right now. Your legacy said I control 14% of the territory. That's misleading. It's about how much of the map you've explored, not how much is blue. You'll see it more clearly a bit later. Let's skip ahead a few more years. We're going from 50 corners to almost 250. It's October 1927. The outfit has clearly grown, but what will the history books say? We still have another 6 years left, and we have all the goals we need to win. But do we have 6 or more than 6? Let's have a look. All 3 fame goals have been met. We've explored 74% of corners and have 9 captains. Here you can see that my territory clearly doesn't cover 74% of the map. It's more like a third or thereabouts. Have I explored 74% of corners? Probably more likely. This outfit's net worth currently stands at 736,000. We can't see the net worth of the rival outfits, so we can't see how much more the Bloxburg gang is worth. We can, however, check their sizes in relation to mine. The largest crew has 6 members. I have 50. The largest territory is 51 corners. I had that 3.5 years ago. Those are rookie numbers. I will say it again. The legacy goals are easy to obtain and keep hold of. I have 9 captains, a couple more than I need for the goal. All roles are represented now except the Intimidator. There are 2 unassigned captains though. I'm sure we'll get an Intimidator soon enough. In connections, We now have over 100 favors. This number will only keep on increasing. We had already done a deal with a train station in 1924, so that's not going away either. I was lucky enough to find both a passenger and a freight train station close by my starting territory. You're not always that lucky. Speaking of which, I still haven't found the longshoremen's hull. I did get involved in the 1926 election, but I only have 75 political influence. To replace the mayor I need 80. Better luck next year. I still produce the most amount of booze, but now I sell the most amount as well. I've also found a hotel to do an exclusive deal with. That's what tied house actually means. But I still don't produce any German lager. I should really get onto that. Here's the horribly unorganized list of all my operations. It's grown in the last few years. More booze, more gambling houses, more everything. I count 5 speakeasies in total. We've gone from 25 to 37% obliterated rivals. There are still a handful or so on the map. It would be a shame if something were to happen to any of them a few years down the line. 3/4 of the corner hooligans have now been taken care of, one way or another. Losing the Vendetta goal doesn't matter. I've already got 9 legacy goals and I only need 6 to win. About a year and a half later, we've added 85 corners and 43 crew. I came back to this game from a hiatus in which I learned a lot more about how to play, so now the save is much better organized. I still have the required 6 legacy goals to win. Now it says I control 100% of corners, which I clearly don't. The longshoremen's hull still eludes me. I haven't found it anywhere, and I don't have much more of the map left to explore. I managed to win all the wards I wanted in the 1928 election. So I finally got enough influence to replace the mayor. Once you get this goal, you can't lose it. Economy hasn't changed, but I have a German lager brewery now. The problem is that the legacy window doesn't always display this part correctly, unless it's the New Year summary. Over 60% of rivals have gone, and almost 90% of hooligans. 5 outfits have now called a vendetta on me. Guess I'm crying all the way to the bank. The Moss outfit was taken care of recently, so their former territory is now what I like to call mine. There are 3 outfits left. I don't care about expanding in their direction, so I'll leave them alone unless they declare war. I haven't finished this game yet, so I can't show you the total tally of legacy goals here, but I'm confident I'll be able to get all of them. Except the Vendetta and probably the longshoremen's hull. I still haven't found it. Another 11 months have passed and 67 corners have been added. If I'm counting this correctly, I have 9 out of 11 goals at this point in time. I might not get Nation's Freight Handler, unless the longshoremen are hiding in the tiny part of the map I haven't fully explored. Sud House Specialist is still not displaying correctly here, but I'm at least halfway there now. I have an automated route dedicated to going around selling German lager, because only German lager sold to businesses count towards this goal. Selling it in speakeasies doesn't count. Cigarettes for the English outfit work the same way. We're at 2 out of 3 for competitors as well, so yeah, I'm set to hit 12 out of 14 possible legacy goals in a game that considers 6 a solid win. Just play the game like you normally would. The goals will start to accumulate no problem. The DLC goals are to sell 500 cases of bourbon in Cincinnati, build at least 3 unique spirit production operations if you're Polish, sell 1,000 cartons of cigarettes if you're English, sell 500 cases of any kind of whiskey if you're Irish, and steal at least 500 cases of booze from enemy safe houses if Italian. The luxury casino in Atlantic City needs to have all available feature slots filled, and you probably can't call off any of the 3 schemes in Philadelphia if you want them to count. I presume the bourbon and whiskey also need to be sold to businesses to count, like English cigarettes and German lager. The most confusing goal is supplier to the stars. Look for a hotel with a silver bell in your territory. Ask them for an exclusive deal. As long as it's active by the time the game finishes, you will keep this goal. Doesn't have to be the same hotel, and you can have deals with more than one. Hopefully you know what to do now, if you didn't before. Most of these goals are self-explanatory. Most of them you can't lose. Except the Zero Vendettas one, but we're not exactly here to make friends. Most of these goals you'll get by default for just playing the game normally. Others you have to work a little more for, but that's part of the fun. That's all for now, and remember, you can't be half a gangster.